Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'd like to welcome my viewers back to another episode of the program, The Truth About Islam. Unfortunately, in the world today, there are many ideas, opinions, and understandings about the religion of Islam, which unfortunately are not correct. We'd like to take a few minutes of your time in this episode to address some of those issues and present to you the truth about Islam. Today, we're continuing our very special series of Islam in America. And we're in the city of Chicago, Illinois, where we're going to be attending the 43rd annual ISNA convention, where over 40,000 Muslims from all over America come together for these 4 days. And we're going to meet some of the prominent speakers and some of the Muslims from all over America. So please stay with us for this journey of discovery of Islam in America. Here talking with Imam Qasim Khan. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
So Imam, tell me about your masjid and some of your responsibilities and duties here as the Imam. What's the name of your masjid?
Actually, it's not really established as a masjid. It happens to be a masjid inside of it. The ISNA, or Islamic Circle of North America Dawah Center, here in Chicago, is an outreach center and also a community service center. We just happen to have a place in there for Salat. We have a masjid inside of there, where we have the 5 daily prayers and Jumu'ah prayer and so forth. Our responsibilities there is to outreach in the community. I was brought here last October by Islamic Circle of North America to help facilitate more outreach, working with civic organizations, interfaith dialogue with leaders, religious leaders from different religious groups, also to organize fundraising events to make sure that we have the finances available to continue to help people in the community. In addition to that, we do family counseling, youth counseling, premarital counseling, postmarital counseling, crisis intervention, and so on.
That's a lot of things, you know, you have a lot of responsibilities.
Yes, it requires very little sleep, but alhamdulillah, we get the job done.
Imam Qasim, let me digress a bit. Let me ask you, how did you become Muslim? How did you come to Islam?
Actually, my road to Islam started with the Nation of Islam back in the early 70s, around 1970.
And let me ask you, just to clarify for our viewers, because like I said, this is for Saudi Arabian television, what is the Nation of Islam? Because people hear the term, but they don't understand what it was and what it stood for.
The Nation of Islam is an organization that was founded and headed by the late Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And his strategy was to give the diversion to the so-called American Negroes or the African Americans, and something that they can latch onto and call their own. So the strategy was to help us focus on each other and focus on ourselves and do things for ourselves so that we can begin to stay away from some of the moral decadence and so forth and clean ourselves up.
But Islamically, what were the beliefs, I mean the religious basis of it?
It wasn't that religious. It was more militant. When I was in the Nation of Islam in those early days, from 1971 until 1975,